In this video, we're going to look at how we can generate formal exams on schemerangu.com. Right. So what you basically have to do, you have to go back where it says exercise and test. Right. So we have already looked at exercises. Now we are looking at formal exams. Formal exams could be your end of term exams, your mock exams, or a more serious exam or test that you can give to your learners. So what you can do here, you can either create it from your scheme or from the syllabus. You can do either way. Like from your scheme, maybe you just want that exam to cover the things that you have taught over the whole term or half the term. You can choose from the scheme, or you can choose from the syllabus, whereby you want to pick particular topics, right, from different parts of the syllabus. So here I'm going to choose from syllabus, and let's look at maybe grade 7 at this point. And for formal exams, as of this recording, you cannot generate English and indigenous language exams for now, right? That is from ECD all the way to Form 6. But any other subject, you can do so, right? Unless the platform tells you that it's not available at that time. So here, let's say I want to choose science and technology, and I'm choosing from the syllabus. I press continue, and now I'm selecting set a formal exam. So you see that the settings that were here, when I press set a formal exam, they change, right? Now there's something else. One, you can add a title here if you want, or just leave it as exercise. That's up to you. But here, where it is important is choosing the correct exam structure. So for this subject, you know it has paper 1, multiple choice, and paper 2, which is structured. So those are the two available papers for this subject, which is science and tech. So we're going to start with paper 1. So all the other things are already set for you. You don't have to tamper with these settings. The paper is 40 questions, 40 marks, 1 mark per multiple choice question. The duration is 1 hour 45 minutes, and the difficulty is what you can change here. So you can either do it easy, mixed, or challenging. So I'm just going to choose mixed, and here it's just going to tell you that this is a grade 7 objective paper with 40 separate multiple choice questions. So because this is a formal exam, you can actually put the school name on the exam paper itself. So here I'm just going to say Scheme Rangu, that is our school. And now you can choose whether it's monthly, it's an end of term examination, it's a mock examination, or a school assessment. So I'm just going to say end of term examination here, and it is term 2 2026 as of this recording. So I'm just going to press on continue here. So because I am choosing from the syllabus, I'm supposed to choose from the main topic here. So let's say I did health and practices, the respiratory system. I can add that. I also want to add this, food safety, environmental health, emotional intelligence. If I want to go to the other major topics, food and nutrition, I can add those as well. So here, just like what we did with the exercises, you're just adding content, right? So once you're done, you can now either remove what you don't want, or you can just continue. If you're done, I'll press continue here. So on this part, which is different from exercises, here it's about emphasis, right? So if it is at 3.5, everything here is 3.5. That basically means that all these topics are going to be represented um, equally, right? So there's no one topic which has more emphasis than others. But maybe you don't want to emphasize more on respiratory system, so you can do maybe 1.5. So that we have less questions than the others here. So it's more of emphasis, right? So let's just go there. So you can go into 4.5, 4 or 5, so that there is more emphasis on particular topics than others, right? But if you want full emphasis, which I probably wouldn't recommend, you can do a 5.5. But because this is an end of term exam, I'll have less emphasis on this topic, but the other ones have equal. And then these three, we have a little bit of more emphasis, right, in terms of the number of questions. But also what you can do, you can balance equally. You can just press here and it will just do 3 out of 5 of everything. So once you're satisfied, you just click on generate paper. And that's it. So it is as simple as selecting topics from the syllabus. If we had chosen from Scheme, it's the same thing as exercises. You're just choosing the lessons that are in your Scheme, right? So pretty much it doesn't take a long time, maybe a minute or two, but less than when you're generating an actual Scheme. So here it's just going around trying to create those questions, creating the marking guide and all those PDFs. So it also depends on your network speed. So I'm not going to jump so that you see in real time how long it actually takes. So right now it's done. So just like before with the exercises, you can see all your questions here, right? So this is multiple choice. It has created all the questions up to question 40, right? If you want to add images, remember what you do. You simply add images here. But in this case, when you're setting a formal exam, the system itself, the AI, can detect that maybe a particular question might need an image or not if you don't want to add that image. So here it's saying question number 3 might need an image. It is saying which of the following is the best way to prevent food from spoiling quickly, right? So it has suggested some images that we can use. So maybe just saying maybe add an image here. We can add maybe a picture of food that is not covered, right? So that the students just have a view of what the question is talking about. But if you want to add more image, remember what we do. Let's say, which of this is a common use of digital devices in daily life? All right. So it's talking about digital devices. That's question number 36. So maybe we want a picture of a phone, but that will be selling the answer, isn't it? But I'm just showing you here again in case you missed it. So that's question number 36. We then click open image slot. So now it's on question 36. Was it the one? Yes, question number 36. Which of these is a common use of digital devices? So don't mind these pictures there. They just from this. So you can just clear this whole question here. And then let's search for a smartphone. For a smartphone. Right. So here it's highlighting some storage devices, chat and all that. So it seems like on the platform there's no image of a smartphone, so you can click search open web here. So it will start searching, and there we have some images that you can use here. But probably what I did not show you is you can actually upload your own image here. If you just click on upload and you go to your own files, you can select any image that you want to upload, right? So for example, I'm just taking this as an example, maybe this image here that is just on my computer. It's not the one that we wanted, but I just added this portrait image with this man talking. If I then download as a PDF, I should see that image of the guy who's talking. So we have our SADSA image here from the PDF, and if I scroll down you can see that image that I also added. So it's just simply you searching for an image that you want on the internet, downloading it, and then clicking the upload button here so that you upload your own image if the system didn't have the image that you need and you couldn't find a better one when you search the open web. And then the last option that you have is to upload your own image, right? And like always, you also have the answer key here, so you can see all the answers for the multiple choice, and you also have your teacher notes. And if you download them, in case you didn't notice, what is different from a formal exam, it actually is formatted as a formal exam with your school here, the paper that they're writing, candidate name, class, and everything, what they can use, the duration, and then the instructions and information to candidates. And if you scroll down, you actually now have the papers, the questions themselves, all of this. Right, so that's how formal exams are structured. So you can even download as Word as well, so that you can edit what you want. So here you can now click around and edit, remove what you don't want, edit the instructions, and if you want to add these on their own page, whatever you want to do on a Word document. So let me just clear that. And then the memo, what it will have the questions themselves, and then the answer key and the marking guide and the teacher notes, right? So what's also interesting about formal exams is that if you look here, we have generated paper 1 multiple choice questions, but you can easily generate paper 2 straight from here, right? You don't have to start all over again, choosing the topics and doing that whole process. You can use the same topics that you did with the paper 1, but now in a more structured paper 2. So if I press open for paper 2, it's now on paper 2. So structured questions are these ones that are there, and you can also edit these before you even download, right? So you can also do the same thing of adding questions or adding pictures to the questions themselves right there. You can also do that, and it also has the answer key and the marking guide right there. But also what I didn't show you is here where it says paper details, right? If I open that, I can change the title, I can change the date here, I can add the learning area, the grade level, duration, and the marks, right? So there's just collapse. If I click on them, If I want to see, if you no longer see the questions, they're just under paper questions here. You just click there and now you can see them. So if I download the paper 2, you'll see that this is actually structured. As you can see, section A, answer all questions in this section, and there are even spaces for the learners to add their answers there. As you can see, all the way to section B, answer 4 questions from this section. All of those. If I go back, the exam memo, it's pretty much the same thing with the questions, and then at the end it will have the answer key and the marking guide and the teacher notes here. All right, so that's it. So that's basically how we generate formal examinations or formal papers. Here it was paper 1 and paper 2, and you can do this for any grade or any form from ECD all the way up to Form 6. But as of this recording, you cannot generate tests for languages like your English, your Shona, your Ndebele, but any other subject, you can do that. Maybe when you watch this, you can just test it out. Maybe we'll have those. Right, so thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.